Honey, you on my shining star. Don't you go away, hey, baby. Wanna be right here when you are. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, you. Hold on, y'all. I gotta give me some music. I need a vibe. I need a vibe. I need a motherfucking vibe. That's my shit. I need a vibe. What's up, y'all? It's Campson, the Oracle, in the motherfucking universe, creating the new earth. What's up, new earthers? Where my star seeds? Where my star seeds? Calling all star seeds. Let's do some digital magic. Calling up the star seeds. Calling up the star seeds. What we finna do? Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. These DNA activations we getting right now since this eclipse, whew, baby, like, look, let me tell you. I'm trying to wait till some more people come in. I didn't even tell my tribe that I was on here. Hold on, let me tell my people I'm on here. If y'all not on the website and downloaded the app, you'll miss out when I pop up. Because trust me, when I pop up, it's finna pop off every time. Everything that comes through my mouth is a DNA activation. That's what happened when you die. When you die and you agree to come back to planet Earth, it changes you forever. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let me let them know I'm on here live. Hold on, y'all. DNA activations. I'm going to tell you how you know if you're getting activated. All right, and what you can do. Live TikTok. Hardly ever get on TikTok. Not that much. YouTube is where I hang out. All right. Let me give them the link. Thank y'all for being patient with me. Matter of fact, let me play some music for y'all while y'all being patient with me. I've been putting the DNA activations in music, so let's do a little bit of that, okay? We're not fucking with the 3D matrix. No, we're not playing with the 3D matrix. We're not reactivating old timelines and old versions of us. We done with that shit. You feel me? We done with that shit. That's not what we came here to do. That's not what we came here to do. We came here to be different. We came here to be new. We came here to wake the fuck up. You hear me? Hey. Wake up, wake up. Switch up, wake up. Kaba maeka. Loco maeka. Building it from scratch. We're 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 building it from scratch. Walked around and found out I was all I ever needed. I got the power down inside of me. Hey, Kundalini in my spine, no. Up my spine, that's a high note. Any line that I wrote, know my ancestors have spoke. Don't need no C-note for the power we told. Cleansing, watching the smoke. Let it go, now I flow. Let it go, now I flow. I'm a designer. It don't get finer. It's a constant reminder. I'm watching all the planets align up. Divining the time in my mind up. Put your weight up, I'm searching for the light. It was mine all the time, you a diamond. Hey, Hold up. That's me singing. The deeper I'm diving, I'm the one that's driving. Tell me who riding. Ain't no deciding. You already know. So please stop your hiding. It's time to step out and receive this lighting. Oh, kakabeoko, kabaeko. Oh, kabaeko. Y'all finna get me hype. I ain't even get on here to do this. New specs, who next? We next. Concave this context. Always we reject. Include the convex. Exclude your precepts. Egypt, we built that. Architect, our concept. Ay. Know the code, I syntax, and I mean that. I know it's complex. I'm a whole project. Everything coming at me ain't stopped yet. I got the passion and the purpose on effect. Ay. Hey, 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 oh, we building this up from scratch. We building this shit up from scratch, y'all. We building this from scratch. Building this from scratch. Building this from scratch. Okay, so that song is called "Wake Up and Wake Up." It's a freestyle. And I used to rap a really long time ago. And I opened for Lil Kim. I've opened for Jag and Edge. I have opened for Playa Fly. I have done a song with 3-6 Mafia. Not to name drop, but a lot of people. And so I'm incredibly talented. And I kind of been sitting back because I've been studying and researching and wanting to understand DNA, wanting to understand my 9 ether hair. You know, it don't look 9 ether right now, but it get wet, it curl up, you know? And so I wanted to understand ancient Kemet. I wanted to understand the Orishas. I wanted to understand why so many of us don't resonate with religion. So I've been studying. And I've been committed to it and meditating. Something to tell y'all, these DNA activations is coming through now. If you have not been on your journey and you find yourself sometimes feeling like you don't know what to do next, you feel stuck, you unsure, you just feel like you don't fit in where you are, it's because you're being called to a new timeline. And so for you to be able to timeline jump, you need to have a DNA activation. Just a few months ago, I would have never let anybody heard me freestyle. Like, I'm such a perfectionist and I'll just keep going back and tweaking and tweaking and tweaking. But something happened to me recently where I was just like, I might be one of the baddest motherfucking MCs I ever met. I just woke up like that. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening to me? Where the fuck is all of this confidence coming from? I know I've been working on my solar plexus. You know, I created a solar plexus course where in 10 days you can boost your confidence. Like, I really been going in and investing blood, sweat, and tears into this whole ascension process. So when I woke up with that confidence, I was like, okay, it's time for me to do something new. I just got a DNA activation. So with these new DNA activations, we're going to be more sensitive to energy. We're going to be in a space where it's just certain people we can't have conversations with no more. It's just certain people. If you are highly empathic, you are becoming more telepathic. So in your dreams, you're spending time with people that you're meant to create relationships with. And it's because the 3D matrix is just so chaotic right now. It's difficult for us to link up. So we're linking up in the astral realm. Those are some of the symptoms that you have. And maybe you're dreaming, but you don't remember what you're dreaming, but you know you dreamed something, right? So you want to work on that. You want to use your crystals to help you recover your dreams. Because let me tell y'all, look, I usually charge for this, but I'm doing this for free because I know it's a lot of people that probably don't know me and don't know what I'm capable of and what I do and what I teach. So let me just do a little something for y'all because I want us to fuck the motherfucking 3D matrix up. You know, I feel like I don't fit in anywhere and I never did. I'm a lone wolf. I walk alone. And even as a little kid, I spent time in the woods all by myself for hours. People would have to come looking for me. I was never afraid of shit. I could walk up on a snake. It didn't matter. I was like, oh, okay. You doing your thing. I'm doing my thing. I was a strange kid. And ironically, I was born before the harmonic convergence, which was in 1987. I was born in 79. But when I was born, I knew something was off with this planet, like from jump. I have memories from when I was 3. So some of the signs, like you have memories that like are very, very young ages, and you actually remember shit. And people in your family probably tell you, you don't remember that. You can't remember that. You was too little, but you know you remember shit, right? So if that's you, then you're called to create this new earth. You're called to create a new paradigm. And how do you do that? Right? Because it sounds big, right? It sounds so big and out of reach, but it's not. You create the new earth by creating your routines, creating your rituals, your ceremonies. If you get up, you wash your face, you brush your teeth, that's a ritual. Anything that you do that you repeat, and you're repeating it for a purpose, that's a ritual. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure that you pull away from these devices, because the devices drain our chakras. And I know some of y'all who are highly empathic, you can feel this. I literally get sick sometimes if I have been on my device for too long, and I have to take them and put them up. Now, this is what I use to protect me from the frequencies from the devices. So this is Indigo Garbro. This is Indigo Garbro. And this is a rough form of Indigo Garbro. It's also called Merlinite. And every time we get these and post them on the website, we sell out. But those are more powerful than shungites. Like, from my personal experience, these block out frequencies better than shungite does. And shungite was like my top crystal to use for this purpose. So the Merlinite, aka Indigo, listen to the name. So that's third eye energy. The Indigo chakra is third eye. So this right here is going to help decalcify your third eye. It's going to help create the frequencies around you that help you to tap into the data that you're receiving when you get these DNA activations. Because just because you're getting activated don't mean that you go instantly be able to do certain things. You have to harness this energy. You have to practice it. You have to be committed and disciplined. You have to work with it. You have to walk away from people who drain your energy. You have to stop reactivating old arguments and conversations with people, because it actually pulls down your life force energy, so you're not connecting. The Kundalini energies within us are already being triggered to wake up. That's why we're awakening. The serpent at the base of the spine is awakening. And so what's happening is when you, like, even when I was a kid, I had this obsession with rocks and crystals. So think back to when you was a kid. The things that you did when you was a kid is more so your authentic self versus anything after the age 7. So go back to those things, and you can time travel. It's not that difficult to time travel. I've been teaching people how to do this for a long time. Time traveling, let me tell you, okay? This is how you know you're getting activations. When you're getting DNA activations and you start to have anxiety about something, that's because you're time traveling to the future. You're experiencing emotions of the future, of things that haven't happened yet, but have a potential of happening. So let me give you an example. Let's say one day I'm feeling anxiety about something, and one of my kids went out of town with this friend that I don't trust. And I don't think that this person is really a good friend to my child. So I'm thinking about what could possibly happen in the future, tomorrow, the day after, the week after, next weekend. And I'm feeling anxiety in the present. I'm time traveling. The mind is a quantum computer. The brain is a quantum computer. Time and space is an illusion. This is a holographic simulation we're living in. Everything that we see right now collapses because time and space is just a framework that we were given to measure our evolution. But we can step outside of time and space. So if you have a tendency to worry and be over concerned about things, you're time traveling to the future of what's going to happen if this situation goes the way I'm catastrophically thinking it's going to go. So what you have to do is, with these activations, you have to tell your mind, look, mind, it might not go like that. Okay? Like it could. But because I'm thinking about this now, I'm going to invest my energy in changing the outcome to being something positive. And so you use your quantum computer and you input data into the quantum computer that is positive. and that it is aligned with what it is you would like to happen. Once you start doing this and you practice doing it, you'll get so good at it where you could like literally send energy into the future to experience the next day. And I do this all the time. I dictate how I want to feel the next day. So I send the energy into the next day. I keep my crystals. I'm always packing. If you come to my house, anybody to tell you like I got altars and crystal grids everywhere. I don't play about that because I know some people like, I'm beyond that point. I hear some people who in this ascension process, like, I'm beyond that point. I don't need crystals anymore. And that's fantastic if that's you. However, I'm here to learn how to be one with nature. And I recognize that there is sentient intelligence in everything because I'm not so arrogant to think that I'm the only intelligence that exists. So when you work with crystals, crystals have their own intelligence. They hold the energy of Mama Earth. They hold the activations of things that occurred during Lemuria and Atlantis. Like, let me show you. And see, these crystals would help me to learn how to time travel and to not just be manifesting a specific thing that I want to happen, but to manifest the feeling. That's the key. To manifest the feeling of what I want to happen. Don't focus on the thing. You focus on the feeling. What is it going to feel like? And then you think about something that causes that feeling to come up inside you. You're learning how to cultivate. Okay, and a lot of like, if you study Wu Wei wisdom, or if you study the art of Tao, or if you study Taoism, they talk about being able to cultivate. You're cultivating an emotion that you want to experience for something that hadn't even happened yet. And we're so powerful. The inner child inside of us is what helps us to do this. Because y'all know, as a kid, I swore up and down I could fly. I swore up and down I could see in the dark, and then I fucking glowed. Like, it was so many things that I believed as a kid. And now I'm looking back like, you know what? That shit possible, though. I swore up and down I was telepathic. I swore up and down I had telekinesis. I swore up and down I was an airbender because we are. We've just failed to the prison planet. Our senses were cut off. Our sixth sense was cut off. Our pineal gland been under attack. So we forgot. We were given amnesia. But some of us remember. And you're like, no. I'm supposed to be able to change things with my mind and align in my heart, right? And people say, oh, you crazy, because the 3D matrix has to have its players who act as NPCs and Agent Smiths to keep you from being able to access these things, okay? So as an oracle who is the lineage of the Sibyllines, which were the prophetess of ancient times, and this is where all monotheistic religions were taking information from this group of women, and they would spiritually be so connected that they would leave their body and they would conjure information from the ethers, from the Akashic realm, and they would say what was going to happen in the future. And when people who wanted to dominate and create the patriarchy and create this architecture that we live in of this matrix of oppression, suffering, pain, like everywhere you go, people going through, people stressed out. And for those of us who are starseeds, we're like, I know I'm not supposed to be feeling like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to be bending fucking spoons with my mind. Why am I dealing with this shit? You know, and it's just because you have not yet learned how to wield these DNA activations that are occurring. So, ironically, once I learned how to implant seeds of what I want to experience into the future, and now I can take you so much deeper. This is surface level right here. And in New Year Mystery School that I launched last year, I was teaching a lot of these techniques, because if you don't use these techniques within the parameters necessary, you're exposing yourself to energies that you may not yet be able to handle. So it's just like sticking a fork in a socket. Like, do you really think that you can go do that and handle all of that voltage running through you? That's what's happening to us. So some of us burn out. Some of us have fatigue. For women that have chronic fatigue, for women that be tired as fuck, and like you having to drink green tea, matcha, you having to drink cacao, make smoothies. Like, I don't know if nobody else can relate, but you're looking for supplements. You're trying to get enough energy to do the things that you feel that you will feel driven and passionate about doing. That's all by design. You see, they need us to be tired, because when we're not constantly doing something, a lot of times we feel like we're not enough. We feel like we're not good enough. We feel like we're lazy. People say Gen Z is lazy. Well, I guess I'm Gen Z because I'm Gen X. And what the fuck I'm doing right now is what I like to do. I like to relax. I like to use my mind and my heart and my emotions to go within myself, because I'm the microcosm of the macrocosm. Everything that I need is inside of me. So I spend time by myself, with myself, relaxing, because I am going against the grain of the 3D matrix. You're not finna kill me. I already deal with chronic fatigue. I deal with fibromyalgia pain. All of that shit, what that really is that's a body that's receiving DNA upgrades, but doesn't yet have the support systems and the tools and routines in place to bring the harmonic frequency into that body, to be able to handle this amount of energy. We have 72,000 circuits that run within the meridians of the human body. That's a lot of circuitry. Your heart is magnetic, just like a magnet, and your mind is electric. So with that electromagnetic frequency, and on top of that, you have 7 base chakras, not even getting into your earth chakra and your star chakra above your head. We can just keep it simple right here with us, because a lot of us are struggling to find harmony in our mind, body, and spirit. This is by design. So let me tell you a trick. You know, the Oracle will always have a motherfucking trick for the codes of the 3D matrix. Okay? So when you start to feel exhausted or tired, the first thing you want to pay attention to is your gut. This is where your solar plexus is located. Your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. You lay your hand on that part of your body. This is your energy vortex center. And you ask, is there someone or something that's pulling on my energy? And if it is, let me know. And I guarantee you, it won't be too long before you start to figure out what conversations drain you. And they might not have had an effect on you like this. But when you get activated, you got to move different, baby. You can't be letting everybody and anybody be in your energy field just because they want to. You have to start walking through this space as if you know that you are the gateway to the spirit realm. And this is when you start having boundaries with motherfuckers who probably think you shouldn't have boundaries with them, because that's how we were programmed and conditioned to be. They knew all of this was going to occur. Okay? So when you ask that question, just get your heart ready. Because your heart might tell you, baby, that best friend of yours be draining your energy. Your heart might tell you, your partner be draining your energy. It ain't personal. This is spiritual. None of this shit is personal. And if that's what's happening, then what you can do is you start to change the way you interact with that person. You don't have to be mean. You ain't got to be nasty. You got to cut them off. Just let them know, like, I'm going through a metamorphosis. Something is changing within me. I'm more energetically sensitive. I would love to be able to hold this space for you. It seems like you're going through something and you're wanting to let off some steam, but I can't hold this space for you right now. But once my cup is full, if I'm able to and you still need me, then we can talk then. That is an effective way to exercise boundaries and at the same time neutralize what could turn into a conflict. You do not want to be getting into unnecessary conflicts with people. It will blow out your nervous system. Your nervous system is being upgraded, so you got to treat it better. If you went and traded your car in today and got the newest version of whatever you drive, you're going to definitely move different. Okay, you might not even want to drive through mud. You be like, when I first got my car, because it's like this really, really beautiful white, I didn't even, it was different than having a brown chocolate colored car to a white car. And I noticed, I was like, I got to do different things, and I can't be parking by people who will bump my car and leave. So I'm parking like farther out. So you just make adjustments. Where do you need to park yourself? You park yourself in a place that's going to be conducive for your growth and what you need. And yes, people are going to be upset about it. We're coming into Scorpio season, so people are definitely going to be more easily irritated. All of us you will have a million different things that you thinking in your mind that you should have said, would say, will say if this person do blank. Don't do it. It's a waste of energy. Conserve your energy, because what's about to happen, it is unfolding, the entities, the energies that are coming into our dimension now, they're very hungry for life force. And anybody who's willing to jump down into the cesspool of lower, it's like the low, dense, heavy, like regret, resentment, unforgiveness, bitterness, anger, shit that you just can't let go of. When you feel that happening to you, that's the spiritual warfare, baby, right there. Okay, that's it right there. It's happening within you. So you have to say, you know what? No, I don't want to activate this timeline. I know that my electromagnetic field is getting stronger, and this is not something I want more of in my life. So I'm going to deactivate this. I'm going to find a way to regulate my emotions and neutralize this. And so as we are learning these things, a lot of people are talking about shadow work now, and I think it's beautiful. It's necessary. I've been talking about it for years, but let me tell you, this shadow work journal that's going around here, I don't have it. And I don't know how amazing it is. I hear that it's really great. Maybe some of y'all got this shadow work book in here. But let me tell you, if you are doing shadow work, but you don't have an open line of communication with spiritual feminine energies, you're opening yourself up to the abyss, and you might not be ready for it. And I made these mistakes when I first started going through my awakening. What I mean by that is there are cycles through this awakening phase. One of the cycles is excitement. You're seeing synchronicities, numbers speaking to you. You walk outside and butterflies, they just everywhere. And it's just like you look up, you see a red bird. It's just, just blissful. Just like, oh, this is so fucking beautiful. And then you have a period where you become more aware. You're noticing things that you were not noticing before. And then you get smacked with the truth. You start to notice the areas where you are being toxic. You start to notice the things that you say that give your power away. You start to notice people-pleasing behavior. You start to notice how you get irritated with your kids. They ain't really did nothing to you, but you just got some other shit going on right now. And you catch yourself snapping or saying something that you feel like I really didn't even have to say that. See, when the third eye is activated and that chakra begins to open and decalcify, you not only notice the things happening in the world that you didn't notice before, the true purpose is for you to notice what's inside of you, because the universe is a mirror. So anything that's happening inside of you, the universe is mirroring it back to you. And the biggest mirror is our relationships. So a lot of people talk about narcissism. Okay, you do a little shadow work and you realize that you got some of them traits too. I got a lot of them. And I can't get rid of them. I did the shadow work. So you know what I said? I said, instead of trying to get rid of my narcissistic traits, I'm going to use them to be of benefit to my growth and evolution. I'm going to use them to inspire other people to be confident in who they authentically are as you discover who you are. See, I don't teach shadow work to get rid of something. You learn how to alchemize it. You learn how to transmute trauma into triumph, to transmute your pain into power, to transmute your shadows into your supernatural power, right? So one of my shadows, as I was doing shadow work, was coming up was this people-pleasing thing. And I have this because I've been traumatized generationally. If you're born a woman in this time, the patriarchy been whooping your ass. You got to get up and go to work. You got to grind. You got to hustle. You tired. You're like, I don't want to do all of this. My body is not even built for me to be doing this. Women are working in factories. Women are working night shifts. Like, this system is set up for the high priestesses, the healers, right? To be tired. So that we cannot go to war. And I don't mean go to war with the weapons that they gave us. Go to war with the ones that cannot be seen. Because you can't take those. But you can distract people. You can cause people to feel like they're not worthy. They're not good enough. And a lot of us struggle with confidence. A lot of starseeds. We struggle with believing in ourselves consistently. And so you kind of can pull from that narcissistic energy and say, no, hold on. This might sound narcissistic, but it's what I need right now. And I ain't using it to hurt nobody. So it's okay for me to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm proud of you. Baby, I'm proud of you. You a motherfucking shining star. Yes, you are. You've been through a lot and you still standing. I honor you. And anybody who got a problem with me spending more time taking care of me, that's okay. I understand. You want all of me, but I'm not giving you all of me no more. Right? This is, you use that energy to benefit you. The narcissism on the planet is an epidemic, and it ain't finna go nowhere. Because the society, the conditioning, the teachings is what created this. When selfies first became a thing, everything is symbolic. Right? Back in the day, we had to ask somebody, can you take this picture for us? And you couldn't see yourself while you was doing it. So if your ass was looking crazy in the picture, your ass was just looking crazy in the picture. So it was like it would kind of deflate the ego. But now we can see ourselves and do it so you can get exactly that angle that you want, that you like, right? And so what happened was it trained us to be in the mindset of, I can't ever let people see me be anything other than perfect. I got to make sure that every time I step out into the world in any shape, form, or fashion, I need to make sure nobody can criticize me. I need to make sure nobody can say nothing bad about me. Because a lot of us have been traumatized. Starseeds got bullied. Starseeds got bullied like nobody else. It's part of the program, because what don't kill you make you stronger. You need to thank your bullies. Thank you. I appreciate my bullies, every single one of them. And it includes some exes too, because they helped me develop into who I am today. That was my shadow work. That was your shadow work. So with that being said, with this, back to this conversation about the shadow work journal, okay? So with that, and this is just what I feel, and I feel this really strongly, and I'm not going to get on here and say something that I don't really feel is important. But with the shadow work, I'm going back to my first sentiment about this. You want to have divine communication open. If you struggle to connect with your divine self, this is your higher self, also called your Ori. This is also called your Shin in Wu Wei wisdom, your innermost being. If you struggle to connect with that part of yourself, shadow work 9 times out of 10 is going to have you feeling inadequate. You're going to have a lot of self-doubt. And you might become more critical of yourself, because the purpose in shadow work is to see the parts of you that you hid from the world and yourself. When you open those compartments of where you compartmentalize inside your mind these parts of you, there are entities called archons that attach to these compartments, and they feed off of that compartmentalized pain. And so when you start to open those parts of your psyche, it's just like a glacier. You only see the tip of the iceberg. It's a whole lot more beneath the surface. You want to make sure that you're ready to deal with what you're dredging up, because you can get into a dark night of the soul, which is when you're going through that phase of shedding, dying, releasing what no longer serves you, what's coming up for you. When you go through that, you can get stuck there and end up there way longer than you need to be. And while you're in a dark night of the soul place, because we live in a universe that is becoming more magnetic, okay, we're manifesting quicker. If you're feeling inadequate, and if you're feeling self-doubt, if you feel like you're not good enough for the things that is programmed inside of your heart for you to accomplish, then that's going to create an internal conflict inside of you, and you're going to spend most of your time in your head battling with yourself. You're not going to be able to step out and embody the things that you are learning intellectually. And so what happens is a lot of people get stuck in this awakening journey in the intellectual part and becoming more conscious part. But they never get to the point where they can actually embody and put in the work and build something in the 3D matrix that is coming from a space of self-love and a space of knowing that I was put here to do this. That's the difference. So for me, Sekhmet was the first spirit guide. You can call her Neteru or a goddess. Sekhmet was the first one to come to me. And I used my crystals. I lit some candles. I took a spiritual bath. And when I went to sleep that night, I put the crystals under my pillow and I said a prayer. And this is when I was first coming out of being a Hebrew Israelite. And I said, look, it is obvious that something is off about the things that I'm learning. Israelite is a combination of the words Isis, Ra, and El. I said, what the fuck is going on? These are supposed to be pagan gods that I'm not supposed to have nothing to do with. So why am I calling myself an Israelite? Did some research, and I created a blog called The Truth Behind Christianity under the first part of our business name, which was Remnants Gathering. And you can still Google that or DuckDuckGo and find that and read through all that information. And I started seeking out Dr. Ben, Johanna. I started seeking out Dr. Wallace. I started seeking out Diop. I started seeking information from scholars. Like, these men were scholars on a scholastic level that I've never seen in my life before. And when you start to read those things, it's really difficult for you to argue with it. But the cognitive bias, that's the part of your mind that says, look, this is what you was told to believe. And here you are rebelling against this. You don't need to do this. That's the devil. You have that come up. This has been programmed and beat into our ancestors. Whether you believe in slavery and colonialism or not, it happened. Okay? And this was beat into us. The books that was used to program us, it was traumatized into us. So when you start breaking free of it, yes, you're going to have some resistance. You're going to have some moments where you're just like, oh shit, I hope I didn't just summon the devil. Like, I had some moments, right? I did. But it was a part of me that knew that I was either going to suffer the pain of ignorance and die and have to reincarnate and learn it all over again, and choose a family that's probably going to be more dysfunctional than the family that I had a soul contract with this time. And I was like, no, I'm just going to take this chance, because if I'm fucking with the devil, then he can't be no worse than God, because God killed way more babies than the devil did. You know what I'm saying? Like, God was like, he was fucking up people firstborn. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, look, If you ain't putting no blood up over your doorpost, I'm coming and I'm fucking your babies up. It was just like, what the babies do? I just had this baby. I'm coming and fucking them up. You better get the lamb and put the blood. Like, God was savage. So I was like, oh, it can't be too bad. I've been believing in a savage God for a long time. Can't be too bad, right? So I started to study ancient Kemet because I was born with the name Kamsin was the name that my soul chose, which is an ancient Egyptian storm. It's a windstorm. And so I wanted to understand me, and that's how it started out. I fell asleep that night, and I had a dream that this beautiful Black Panther with these beautiful piercing eyes walked up to me. And I could feel the majesty coming off of her. And it was like it was just exuding all around her aura. And I was like, who are you? She was like, I'm your guide. I've been waiting for you. And I was just like, okay. I've been a Christian for a long time. And then I became a Muslim for a little bit. Then I became a Hebrew Israelite for a little bit. I don't know who I am. I don't know what to believe in. I don't know what to trust. But I do know that this God I've been worshiping, my life is getting worse. And people just keep telling me to pray. Something is wrong. Why am I pleading to a God who killed his own son to help me? Because if he was like, son, you on your own. Nah. I created everything seen and unseen, and I could stop this, but I'm going to watch them make you drag this rugged ass cross that's tearing your back open for 3 straight days. You go hang and bleed, and I'm not going to intervene. As a mother and a parent, I couldn't even wrap my mind around that level of suffering to witness it. So I was just like, look, I'm questioning everything I to believe. And Sekhmet said, I didn't know her name was Sekhmet at the time, but she said, pay attention to signs and synchronicities. I didn't even know what that was. So I was like, okay. I woke up the next day. That was the first day Black Panther came out. And everybody was talking about it. When I went, I didn't even connect the dots when I heard the name. But when I went to see the movie, everything that I saw in my dream was in Black Panther. From the flowers that they were using to make the plant medicine, to the trees in the ancestral realm, the way that they connected and communicated, everything. And it blew my mind. My little Christian Hebrew Israelite mind, Muslim mind, monotheistic mind was blue. And I uploaded a whole decoding. Me and my partner uploaded a decoding probably like 2-3 hours long, breaking down Black Panther and how it is pulling us out of this old age of Pisces consciousness, which actually creates more trauma. Because, you know, anytime you tell a group of people to worship a God that treats his son like that, like that's a form of trauma. And then don't even get me started with, in the last days, love will grow cold. Mothers would be against their daughters and fathers would be against their sons. I couldn't wrap my mind around it. I'm like, the way you was against your son, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. And then the scripture says, Jesus says, bring them to me so that I can slay them. And I had to really ask myself, was I okay with that? Because I had rapped for Jesus. I had did Bible studies, videos. I had healed people of cancer. I was a prophet in the church. I've always had this gift. And I had to ask myself, like, okay, if I'm really believing that Jesus is going to come back in the clouds and we're going to meet the people that died before us in the clouds with him, we're going to wear these white robes, we're going to have swords, and he's specifically said, bring them to me that I may slay them. Am I really going to do that? Am I really going to be killing people because they don't believe in him? And no. I ain't even riding and dying for no dude. I'm riding and dying for nobody. I'm learning how to live. No. So I started seeing the signs of synchronicities. Black Panther woke me up and I learned her name, Sekhmet. And she told me, I am a divine feminine warrior and I will protect you on this journey. You are breaking ancestral curses by walking away from doctrines that have trauma. From that point on, I never look back. I never look back. So I want to say to you, like, if you're going through the awakening, these DNA activations, they do cause you to question your beliefs. And you start to create new value systems where you don't believe in the things that you used to. You're not going to be the same tomorrow. So if you're doing shadow work, don't do it alone. If you struggle to love yourself, if you struggle to take care of yourself, especially us women, we will take care of everybody else before we take care of ourselves. We'll get up and cook while we hungry and ain't had nothing to eat. We'll stay up long and then be the first ones up. Like that's it's killing us. And look at the statistics. Autoimmune disease, fibroids, fibromyalgia, migraines, diabetes, anemia, and cancer. The list goes on, and it's happening younger and younger and younger. So the feminine wants to heal, which means the old way that women operated, the amount of work that they were willing to do, the way that they made their money is going away. It's not sustainable. It was never meant to be. With these DNA activations, your dreams are going to be changing. Everything is going to be changing. And you're going to feel like your ego is dying. If you feel that, that's powerful. Okay? If you feel that, Dennis, I saw something pop up. I don't even know what all this is happening on here, y'all. I was speaking about Sekhmet, if that was your question, Sekhmet. But if you feel this happening to you, you're called, you're a chosen one. And you're going to be different. You're not going to be the same tomorrow. You're not going to be the same next week. And it's beautiful. Transmutation, transformation, evolution. This world is not going to change until we do. There is no they. They need to stop that. They need to, who the fuck is they? No, let's talk about we. Let's talk about the power of we. What we can do. What I can do. And by opening your mind, by just taking a step back from what you think you know, because that's arrogance. And a lot of us struggle with that because of the inferiority complex program in us. Arrogance was our defense mechanism, right? Sometimes the most people who have the lowest self-esteem act the most arrogant is because that's the mask, that's the shield that they created to feel better about themselves. And it's no judgment. All of us got shit. But if you're doing shadow work, you want to make sure you got some crystals to help you. Okay? Citrine. This is my Merkaba citrine. And this is my pendulum. I sell these in my crystal shop. These repel negative energy. And they do a really good job at it because you don't have to cleanse them. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to charge them. It's the color of the sun, the citrine crystals. So this will give you more confidence. This will help you get rid of negative energy, right? And then the obsidian, this obsidian crystal, it's made by volcanoes, which means there's a lot of energy in here to assist you on your journey. And they are all grounding. You're going to need more grounding. We're going to hear reports. We're going to hear things that's going to shake us to our core. We're going to have things happening in our own reality. You want to build up resilience. You want to get your tools ready. You want to change your language. Learn how to time travel to manifest the life that you deserve. Learn how to talk to yourself in a way where you're not attracting people that's going to mistreat you, because you don't mistreat you. Okay? That's how you protect yourself. And that's how you overcome generational trauma. So with these activations, I hope that this was helpful. Can I get some love up in here if this spoke to anybody before I get off? What's up, sis? I just don't know that you in here, mister. I ain't got my eyeglasses on, girl. I can't see, honey. I see you though. I see. It's like my third eye got stronger, and my two eyes like, oh, I don't know what happened, right? Misty, that's my sister right there. Y'all need to go follow her. She got some big shit finna be popping. She already big shit popping, but y'all should follow the medicine queen. She is truly the medicine woman. All right, y'all. I see some hearts. I say, hey, Angel. Yes, you're welcome. So this is what I usually do. I usually do this through the website. I usually do this through Patreon. I do lectures, metaphysical lectures, spiritual lectures, webinars. I do readings. I do everything. And like, I don't want you, don't overflood my schedule now. Y'all take it easy on me. Because I strive to please. And I sometimes I overwork myself. But if you're interested, then just head over to the website, and just look around. It's a lot that you can learn there. And I give most of what people need that I wish I would have had for free, because I believe in paying it forward. And I definitely believe it's coming back to me. Always is. So I'm finna hop out of here, and maybe I'm gonna go get in my closet on that Hustle and Flow shit and make a new song. I don't know what we go do. But yes, obsidian. Yes, Angel, obsidian. These crystals right here, I'm telling you, y'all ass gonna be astral travel and lucid dreaming like on a daily, on a nightly. And you're gonna be like, whoa, this chick right here, she calling herself Camps in the Oracle. She might be on to something. All right, y'all. Namaste, Namaste.